Mobot is a startup based here in New York, and what we do is we are building an infrastructure as a service platform that automates physical labor in the real world. And we do this with a fleet of mechanical robots that are basically stacked up on server racks in our facility. And we have customers that can essentially leverage our robots remotely from the cloud and control them to automate any mechanical task interacting with a physical device, like for example, a touchscreen or a hardware peripheral, a smartwatch, a tablet, a point of sale kiosk. And this makes it so that software engineering teams can actually ship new versions of software to hardware more quickly because we can help them test, automate, validate, and monitor their workflows in the cloud.
Now tell me, how are you different from others that may be in this space?
There are a lot of software solutions that will allow you to control and build unit tests and software simulations around the software piece itself. But it's actually really different when you run a piece of software on a real phone, a real tablet, a real kiosk. And especially in the real world, whether it's the aviation industry, automotive, you're checking out at the grocery store, software does not always behave as expected under different conditions, whether it's different Bluetooth, different internet conditions. And so what our robots are capable of doing is running a battery of tests on your product to ensure that you're able to actually, in all these different scenarios, the software has the correct functionality.
As you look to the next 12 months, what are you focused on? What are your priorities?
What we're really excited about is that, especially with all the advancements in AI, we are now getting to a point where you can, even if you have no robot programming experience, you can communicate with our robots in the cloud from the comfort of your own home in your web browser, and you can provide it with natural language instructions in plain English. And so I could say, for example, I want to run a protocol where it opens 3 different apps and navigates from one flow to the other. You're going to be able to do that seamlessly, even if you don't have the source code for that particular application. Sometimes it might not even be for testing. You could tell a robot, how do I get to Carnegie Hall? And you can just have the robot actually navigate to the map application, enter Carnegie Hall and directions, and navigate. And so the power of this is that our tool can actually be used for applications beyond just testing and monitoring. It can be used for revenue teams that want to be able to keep track of other apps, because essentially these robots are going to be able to crawl the mobile ecosystem. For example, a ride-sharing application could actually monitor their competitors to determine what are all the A/B tests that their competitors are running, how has their flow been redesigned, their user registration flow. And so this provides an opportunity to really create more data and information in a way that's unprecedented, because previously it was very difficult to access this data on physical devices, whether it was iOS or Android, iPad, kiosks, and Linux.
Eden, it's been wonderful to talk with you. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk today.
Thank you very much.